Is Kia capable of making a luxury car that compares directly to the LS460? Well, considering the K900, I'm guessing the answer to that question is most likely hell yeah. Starting at $60,000, the K900 is a very big car which comes with features that you'd normally only associate with Mercedes-Benz, BMW, Audi, or Lexus. $66,000 is the asking. The interior of the K900, which some of you may have already seen at the auto show, looks pretty much like a slightly lower end version of what you'd get out of a Lexus. So first I'm going to look at the front seat. As you can see, they have what I always wanted. They have the powered Mercedes style headrests, which are accessible there. Of course, they have the seat backs. They also have the waterfall section right here where the whole seat pad moves in and out, completely independent of the actual seat platform. What that means is that you get more support for your thighs, and that's always a nice thing. Now, it doesn't have, strangely enough, in the Hyundai Azera, it doesn't have the thigh cushion that actually comes out and gets right up under your knees, but it does have this slide out thigh support, which actually looks pretty good. So that is definitely a boon. Now you have this monostatic shifter, which pretty much looks exactly like what you get out of BMW. Camera button right here, rear view camera, and then you have the rest of the system. So you have iPod ports and this, that, and the other. And overall, it's a very good looking car. It's very spacious. You have the home link system and this, that, and the other. The only downside that I think they need to deal with is that all of these Kia big cars and the Hyundai big cars, they need all-wheel drive. But that's probably coming because they already know that it's very difficult to sell a rear-wheel drive car. Now, look at this. The Mercedes W222 has a reclining back seat, and guess what? Kia does too. So look at that. You can recline in the back seat of a damn Kia. A Kia. Incredible. If Kia can build this, everybody should have this. Buick, Cadillac. Why is it that this car is $60,000 or so with all this equipment? But you don't get this in some other cars. You should be able to. Basically, Kia has copied a lot from Mercedes. You see the heated and cooled seats? In my opinion, this was a brilliant idea. You want the seat features where you can reach them. You don't have to take your hand and put it around your side, your fat love handles. All you gotta do is reach up here, you touch this for heating, this for cooling. It's so simple that it's no wonder that Mercedes, you know, they can get away with selling substandard products like the CLA and the GLA. But if only more car companies would copy features like that and make everything simpler for the older drivers. It's brilliant when you really think about it, but it's so simple that it could be done. It's a shame that more people don't do it. But it's a good looking, everything feels nice and hard. These are like those finishes that they put over here that sometimes heat damage can cause these things to peel up. But frankly, from what I see, everything feels nice and sturdy, nice and stiff, nice and hard. You have drive mode holds, so if you put it in a certain drive mode like sport, it'll hold it. And basically those are the major things. Your phone systems right here, they have their own type of Mercedes command copy. What they don't have is a touch screen, I don't believe, but I'm going to test it once I turn it on. And then there's the back seat. These are the controls in the back seat. Very Lexus-like. You have a full reclining back seat. You have heating and cooling. You can also move the front seat using this button. You can move the front seat up. And you can also move the seat back. We've already seen that in the Equus, and we've seen that in a couple of other cars like the LS600, which is basically what this car seems to be mostly a copy off of. A decent amount of floor space. I'm a very tall adult, so we have a power rear sunshade. Pretty much all the luxury features that you'd expect, but strangely enough, it has even better luxury features. Look at this sunroof. This sunroof is bigger than the sunroof you get in the W222 S-Class. We leased one of those, and there's a lot of things in this car which, although they are much lower in quality, there are a lot of things that you get in this car that Mercedes either charges you up the ass for, or you don't get at all. Now, they can try to make a big deal about the sound system, how they have multiple piece sound systems, which this car I think has like a really big lexicon or something. they can make a big deal about that. But suffice to say, it sounds good, and most people aren't going to drive with it at full performance anyway. But this is a very good-looking vehicle, and it feels pretty high in quality, or at least as high as you'd expect to get in a $50,000 to $60,000 car nowadays. It's nowhere near what you'd get out of a Jaguar or an S-Class or even a BMW. But for Kia to be building something like this should be a shot across the bow for all companies that call themselves a luxury company to be building a product just like this or better. Cadillac XTS has a very nice interior, but their Q system is horrible and they need to fix it immediately. And Chrysler's Uconnect is good, but their interior isn't as high in quality as this car is. The Genesis is about the same in quality as this car, so I'm assuming that some of the parts and some of the materials are borrowed, which is not a big deal. But when you really look closer, you see a lot of attention to detail. Like, you have automatic seat movement so that you can make it so that if somebody gets into the car, opens up the door, that it automatically retracts for them. That's a brilliant idea. More car companies need to look at what Kia and Hyundai are doing, because Kia and Hyundai are turning out some serious products. And Ford, Lincoln, they need to be building cars like this or better. Push park. Okay, you got a push park. Okay. Okay, so that's the nav system. So let me just see how easy it is to do this.
And you also have the UOE services. Again, Android, iPhone, download the free app, 911 Connect. No monthly fee like OnStar. Diagnostic reports as well. Parking minus is signal from the audio to your phone, shows you where your car is. You set up a password online, you check from your desktop or again from the car itself.
Okay. Alright.
Well, I'm 40 years old, so I remember the real drives.
Okay. How many speeds is this transmission? Okay. Yeah. Okay. No, it's pretty smooth.
It's not.
Oh, I see. You have a what is that thing? A heads-up display. Yeah, I see that.
You can get that in the Buick too.
The new one, because the 2011 didn't offer it.
Actually, I like the condense. I started out selling Buick and Saab here, and actually I like the condenser better than the Cross.
Yeah, this is pretty quiet. This is pretty
quiet.
Oh,
it's like 1 decibel of a Rolls Royce, so it goes.
You know, one thing that's gonna, you know, the sad thing is most older people don't really understand it that well, not unless they're, you know, they got twin turbo V8s and everything, and the problem is those things are louder than the old V8 where it was just a regular V8, because those turbos, it's hard to mask that sound, and they have a very, very...
They don't want to restrict the horsepower that much also.
Yeah, that, in my opinion, I mean, you know, they're trying to beat the gas guzzler tax. That's what it is. Because I don't think this car has a gas guzzler tax on it, does it? Yeah, because the gas guzzler tax, when you go below like 15 miles a gallon, then all of a sudden...
23 in the highway, so okay.
Yeah, see, the trucks, like the big SUVs, I think get away with it because they're not cars. Right. But the crossovers get hit for it, from what I remember. But, yeah, most of these new cars, like the new Sonata, supposedly, is quieter than the Mercedes. You know? Okay, I see. Yeah. Yeah, this is pretty smooth. Yeah. Yeah, not bad. Oh, I see. Okay, so it shows fuel economy down here. All right.
What you could do is go up a little further
and then make a...
No, we'll make a right. We'll go around Merck Road.
Okay.
Take it a little further and do that.
It says drive mode. There's a sport mode when you push that.
Yeah, there's also sport
oh, I
mode.
see it. There's a sport mode. Okay. Alright.
It's not going to launch you into the next stratosphere.
Yeah, right.
The way it's tuned. But
no, it feels... And how much miles per gallon?
It's a touring.
How many miles per gallon?
23
on the highway. What is the city?
Probably 15. You could probably get over there. Right.
Okay. Yeah, I'm looking over there. Okay, you got blind spot detectors. That's cool. Yeah. Okay. All right. I'm gonna turn this way. I want to go back down this straight road.
And they automatically dim too.
Oh, really? Okay. Yeah. This is nice. This is pretty nice.
And again, we're getting the LS460 buyer, we're getting the Mercedes buyer looking at this.
Yeah, well, you definitely deserve the LS460 buyer because this car seems to come with stuff that would really cost you about $20,000 more on an LS460.
And the L's are even more, so by the time you get them. It's a long wheelbase version.
Okay, so there's the regular. Okay, there's an economy mode, a sport mode, and okay.
And then we'll change the gear ratio, you know, the top on fuel economy. Then there's even a snow mode too.
How do you do this? Let's see.
Lexicon, 17 speakers, like 900 watts.
Now this button right here, it has the lane warning. If you pass out like a... Okay. Alright, I see heated steering wheel.
This
Okay.
can be adapted, this will limit the lengths, but
Right.
you want to keep your definitely car lengths from the car.
Okay. Alright. Heads up display.
And again, you have all the amenities, the materials, better materials.
Yeah, this is pretty good. It definitely feels way better than the Zero.
Oh, it's a different car.
See, that's 60, 62, 70. Okay, alright.
Not worried about the speed up.
What kind of brakes are these?
About the full disc anti-lock ventilator. Sometimes they hide the top.
Yeah. Real story. Yeah, you know what? I also noticed this car does like what my car does. If you're in sport mode, it won't go all the way back to the last gear, so it'll feel like, unless you really are accelerating, it'll feel like it's lagging a little. Yeah, so that I'm pretty sure that's just the sport mode. So I'm guessing most of them are basically designed alike. Yeah, this is pretty awesome. This is pretty awesome. Oh yeah. Okay, so they don't have paddle shifters. Alright, no big deal, because I don't even really use them.
I like the tire on this.
Nah, I wouldn't even mess with that. I wouldn't want to take the chance of, you know, even though they have lockouts, I wouldn't even want to take the chance. It has electronic stability control. Lane. Okay, lane warning. Oh, okay. That's very cool. Lane warning. Because it noticed I was out of lane, yeah. Alright.
If you wander out of the lane, your blind spot's gonna work.
It's got a lot of features in there.
Let's make a U-turn capsule.
Sure. Back where we started?
Yeah,
or right here? Okay.
Just pull trigger from the corner.
Okay. This is a really good looking car. It's smooth, it's fast. The sport mode has a little bit to be deserved. Yeah. Oh, okay. Power trunk closing.
It's got the suction too. We got it down.
Not bad. Yeah, so it pretty much has like every single feature you can pretty much get.
That's how they're building.
Yeah, I'm actually very, very impressed with this car. In fact, I'm more impressed with this car than I am with the what's it called, the LS460. The new LS460 didn't really wow me at all, but Hyundai is gonna. I really want Hyundai to do better than Toyota, because this is a really nice car.